Hello all, we are going to say a topic on our compiler design. First of all, we have to learn about translator, compiler, interpreter, assembler and preprocessor. First is the translator. Translator is a program that takes as input a program written in one language and produces as a program in another language. The input program is known as the source language and the output program obtained is known as the object language or the target language. Okay. Compiler is also a translator. Here the source language is a high level language and the target or the object language is a low level language. For example, high level language is a Fortran, COBOL, etc. And our low level language is an assembly language or a machine language. Then that type of translator is known as compiler. These executing a program written in a high-level programming language consists of two steps. First, the source program must be compiled into an object program and resulting that object program is loaded into the memory and then further execution takes place. Then next going to the interpreter. Certain translators transform a programming language into a simplified language called an intermediate code. That means we are inserting a program language and here in the interpreter the incoming language, that is the source language, is the programming language and the outgoing program is a intermediate code which can be directly executed using a program, that is known as an interpreter. Assembler, we all know about that the source language is an assembly language and our target language is a machine language. That is in the assembler, the assembly language is converted into machine language. Then come to the preprocessor, the translators that take program in one high level language into equivalent programming another high level language. That is the source language is a high level language and the object language is another high level language. Then that type of translator is known as a preprocessor. Okay. Then we have learned about translator, compiler, interpreter, assembler and preprocessor. Then next topic we are dealing with the structure of a compiler. The structure of a compiler consists, we have to going through the small parameters such as what is meant by phases, what is meant by parse, what is syntax and semantics. Oh. First of all, we should learn about phases. What is meant by phases? That is a compiler that takes as input a source program and produces an output which is a sequence of machine instruction. That compilation process is divided into a series of sub-processes is known as phases. Okay, that the compilation process is partitioned into a series of sub-processes called phases. Okay, that is phase is a logical operation that takes as input in one representation of the source program and produces an output to another representation. Okay, then we are going to the parse. Parse means in the implementation of a compiler, uh, the portion of one or more phases are combined into a module called parse. A parse read the source program or output of the previous parse, make the transformation specified by its phases and writes into an intermediate file. That is, parse means in the implementation of the compiler, the portion of one or more phases can be combined into a module is known as a parse. Okay. Then we are going to the next parameter which is known as syntax. What is meant by syntax? It is a rule that tells us whether a string is a valid program or not. In the mathematics, we are also saying that the formula, it has a syntax. That means it's a rule. It's a rule that tells us whether a string is a valid program or not. That is the syntax. Now going to the next parameter which is known as the semantics. It is the rule that give meaning to the program. It is the rule that give meaning to the program are called semantics of a programming languages. Now going to the different phases of a compiler. Different phases of a compiler include 5 different steps. First one, the lexical analysis phase. Second one, syntax analysis phase. Third phase, intermediate code generation. Fourth phase, code optimization. Next, code generation. Here the lexical analysis phase is the first phase, second syntax, and the last phase is code generation. Then we get the target program. This is the different phase. Then one more table management, and one more, that is the error handling. First of all, we are going to the lexical analysis phase. Here the device which functions the lexical analysis is known as the lexical analyzer, or we are known as scanner. That means it separates the characters of the source language into groups that logically belong together. They are called tokens. Okay. Then these tokens when enter into the input of the next phase, which is known as the syntax analysis. Here, the output of the lexical analyzer is a stream of tokens which is passed to the next phase, which is known as a syntax analysis. The device which perform this analysis is known as a parser or a syntax analyzer. The token in this stream can be represented by codes, and the syntax analyzer group the tokens together into a syntactic structure. Further, this syntactic structure can be formed into expression and then to form statements. Next step is the intermediate code generation. It uses the structure produced by the syntax analyzer to create a stream of simple instructions. The primary difference is the intermediate code need not specify the registers to be used for each operation. Next, we are going to the code optimization. The code optimization is an optional phase designed to improve the intermediate code, and the ultimate object program runs faster and take less space. And the final phase is the code generation. That is, it produces the object code by deciding on the memory locations for data, selecting code, and selecting the registers. Now we are going to the table management. Table management or bookkeeping that keep the track of the names used by the program and record the essential information about each type. The data structure used for this information is known as SymTable. Symbol table or SymTab. We can represent it as SymTab. Now going to the error handling phase. It is invoked when a flaw in the source program is detected. Now these are the different phases of a compiler. Going to the hierarchical structure. First of all, there is a programming language. It is subdivided into subroutines or blocks. Then it is divided into statements. Then the statements can be divided into expressions. These expressions can further be divided into operators, function, and data references. So first of all, we learn about different types of translators, compiler, interpreter, preprocessor, assembler, etc. Then we go through the parameters, syntax, semantics, parse phases, and we go through the different phases of a compiler and the different hierarchical structure or order of a programming language. If you have any queries, please comment.